What's up, guys? Doing a little Sixers recap. Missed the game yesterday. Of course, they were across the pond playing over in London. Going over to London to play some basketball. So it was on at 3 o'clock here, odd time. I don't know if any of you guys got to catch it. It was a pretty good game, exciting game going against our arch rivals, of course, the Boston Celtics. Little Revolutionary War teaming up with the two colonies going over to England. You know how we had that whole battle, however long ago it was, 200 and some years ago. But man, JJ Redick was playing awesome last night or yesterday. So I got to watch the game after work last night. It was too late to do a video by the time I finished it, so I want to do a little recap today. We started playing like balls on awesome yesterday, yo. Crazy good. We were on fire. We were playing great defense, playing great team chemistry. JJ was knocking down shots. Ben, dude, kudos. Love to see him. I love what I'm seeing out of Ben. He's taking jumpers. He's being aggressive. This is the Ben I know and love from the beginning of the season. When we were in that 2-10 lull, he wasn't being aggressive, wasn't getting to the free throw line. But that shot looks like he's been taking it all year. What confidence he had in those shots. Doing those turnaround jumpers. He had some nice shimmy moves around the basket. He had a couple great open looks where he was taking shots. But, again, what killed us was careless turnovers. In the first quarter, we were great. We only had 2 turnovers throughout the whole game, and we were forcing the Celtics to turn it over immensely. It was fantastic defense. We were up at 22 at one point. And then slowly towards the end of the second quarter, we lost it. They chipped that 22-point lead all the way down to 9. And then the third quarter happened, and you expected us to really come out with some fire, have a couple plays drawn up, and we just didn't execute. We started fumbling, having careless turnovers again, not blocking out. Not getting second. They got second, third chance points off of that. Getting being more aggressive, going after rebounds. We shut Kyrie Irving down. We did a pretty good job of shutting Kyrie Irving down, and he's mainly their offense. They're not a very high offensive team. They mostly get everything off their defensive prowess. But I thought we did pretty good against the best perimeter team, defensive team out there in Boston by knocking down. I think we had 11 threes yesterday. Covington killed us, though. He's been so inconsistent this year. Ever since he signed that contract, he's been a ghost. Not only on the offensive end, but defensively is what we really expect out of him. But he was getting beat off the ball. Earlier in the season, you would expect him to get a couple blocks and steals off the help defense. He hasn't been doing that. He has just been all over the place. He is in a funk. I would even like to see Brett Brown put him on the bench and have him come off the bench to maybe really change things up. I don't know if it's a mental thing. We've seen this happen with other players before, not only here but in other cities too. Once they sign that big contract, a lot more is expected out of you. You're not just playing all out to try to get that contract. Obviously, you're trying to do everything you can to get that money. He finally got it, and now you've got to still produce. And Embiid wasn't effective yesterday. It seems that he doesn't play well against the Celtics. I don't know what it is, so we got to give kudos to them for playing great defense on him. But for the guys that was on him yesterday, like Aaron Baines and Al Horford, he should be able to dominate. When you have superstars like that, they should be able to stop the bleeding. If we're up 22, they did cut it to 9, but if he wants to be have that superstar mentality and put the team on the back and stop the bleeding, superstars do that. We've seen it with LeBron James, Kevin Durant, the James Hardens. So that's a factor. I'd like to see Embiid really put the team on his back. Even though he's done it this season, it's not solely Embiid's fault that we lost yesterday. But you want to have that superstar mentality and be that superstar. That's kind of stuff he has to do, consistently. But he just didn't play well yesterday. We didn't really get an effort on the bench, and give credit to the Celtics. They came out, played great team basketball. Everybody chipped in. Jaylen Brown killed us. He seems to get us every time. Markieff Morris chipped in 20 points from the bench. And that's our biggest weakness. It's just we have no production from the bench at all. I think TJ had the most with 12 points, but you need more production out of that. And sports is all about adjustments too. JJ Redick was knocking down every shot. I wish he played like that. We should play more games in London, right? But he was knocking down. This is what we signed him for, to knock down open shots. He was coming off screens, playing great ball. And then Brad Stevens made the adjustment, shut him down. And then what did we do? What killed us is we had 3 series where we didn't score the ball for almost 5 minutes. And you can't have that, where you're not scoring any points and you're allowing the other team to get easy buckets. I think we, as a young team, we were getting nervous. We were going down. In transition, we would get a steal. We would run down. I saw Dario do it, and he'd take a quick jumper. You don't want to do that when you don't have any of your teammates down there, when they're still at the other end of the court. I hate those quick transition jumpers when there's nobody down there to get a rebound. It's just not smart basketball. It's the little things. But it's going to be growing pains. That ends our 4-game winning streak, which kind of sucks. But we're still 19-20. Nothing to really be crazy about. We're going against the second-best team in the NBA. So we were up 22 on them. So we do have positive things to look at here. You want to use this as a building block going forward, not only with this season, but as the next. No Markelle Fultz. He has been cleared to play 5-on-5s. I don't know if you guys saw the video where he was taking jump shots, but damn, he looks horrible. I don't know what they did to his jump shot, why they changed it, but it looks completely different from what we saw in college and in the summer league. It just looks horrendous. I don't know if his shoulder's still hurt. We get no information, and as you know, we know what goes on with that, with Brian Colangelo and the organization being hush about everything. I don't see Markelle Fultz playing at all this season. They're going to string us along like they did with Simmons and Embiid. He's just going to be a red shirt. Again, we're going to have another rookie that's red-shirted, unfortunately. I don't know how you all feel about that. I'm kind of upset about that. I really wanted to get Markelle Fultz out here to see what we got in this kid, to get chemistry with the team. Obviously, you don't want to rush him back, but was his shoulder really that bad? I mean, we don't know. We don't know what to judge off of, what news to go off of. It's all hush-hush. But, we lose by 11 last night after having that 22-point lead diminished. But it was the lulls of not having any offensive game plan after they shut us down. It's kind of like what happens with Andy Reid when something's not working. He just doesn't make adjustments, and that's what seems to happen with the Sixers sometimes. We have something that works really well, other teams that make an adjustment, and we don't. We try to keep doing the same thing. It's like, banging your head into a wall continuously and not going anywhere. That's basically what this is, trying to watch the Sixers offense sometimes. But, you can't win games when you can't score for 5 minutes multiple times throughout a game. But it's all right. We lost to a team that only has 10 losses. I think they're 34-10, so we can play with the big boys. We can play with the good teams, so it's something good to build off of. But again, Embiid, I want to see you. You want to be that superstar. You want to have that superstar mentality. You want to put this team on your back. This is where you got to show up in games like this consistently, night in and night out. Ben, love the aggressiveness. Continue to do what you're doing. Rocco, I think he's got to move to the bench. And it was just an off night for Dario. He couldn't really find his shot. There was a lot of hesitation with this team too, which happens. But you take the good with the bad, because when that does happen, we are one of the best passing teams in the league too. But it's that extra pass that we always happen to make. It's the hesitation that can really give you a lull in your offensive game as well. But it is what it is. We had a 4-game winning streak. We're only 19-20. It's not the end of the world. I think we can move off of this, move forward, and look forward to the next game. We're going to be coming back home, so no more games. At 3 in the afternoon, we have one for Martin Luther King Day. A great holiday. We'll be playing the Raptors at 1 o'clock. They're coming off a huge win against Cleveland. How about that? Cleveland getting blown out for the first time in LeBron's career. Getting blown out back-to-back games for more than 25 points. But we're really going to have to bring our A game against the Raptors. They smoked us earlier in the season when we went up to Toronto. So I'd like to see Embiid get more points in the paint. He really made an effort, because last time we played the Celtics, he was more or less around the perimeter. But when he was playing the Celtics this time around, he made it a point to really get down in the paint, get low. They were letting a lot of stuff go yesterday too. So it was a very physical game. But I love what I saw out of him. Continue to go down on the block, work, get to the line. That's what we got to do to win games, obviously. Got to be more aggressive on the rebounding end. Can't give up 11 offensive rebounds. That's going to kill us. We have to block out. It's the little simple things. We clean that up. Same thing with the turnovers. We did great in the first quarter. We just have to continue this throughout each quarter. Play all 4 quarters of the basketball game, obviously, right? Seems simple, but not with a young team. I also wanted to mention, I'm going to wrap this up, guys, because I'm on lunch at work, but me and the rest of the Bitterbirds have started a Patreon account. So I'd really love your guys. Have loved your guys' support throughout the years. It's been amazing. We are nothing without you guys. Continued support. We get new followers, new supporters each day, new subscribers. So if you could really help us out and keep this thing growing, we really want to make this into something special, and I think we can with the crew that we have and with the knowledge and with you guys. You guys are a very knowledgeable subscriber base. And if you go to Patreon/Bitterbirds to really help us out, help donate and help this thing grow, I would really, really appreciate it. So would Adrian, I think the rest of the Bitterbirds crew. If you could just go to our Patreon account, so that's patreon.com/Bitterbirds. And, we really want to keep this thing going. It's always been our dream to be sports broadcasters. We want to turn this into a legit podcast, turn this into a legit thing on YouTube. So with the support of you guys, we really appreciate it. We appreciate everything you've done. We just want to keep this thing going. So again, if you can go to the Patreon account, patreon.com/Bitterbirds, and make a donation. That would be fantastic. Love you guys. Go Sixers. We'll be doing some more videos. We got the Eagles tomorrow. It's very exciting. Playoff football. Great time to be a sports fan. All right, guys. This is Kyle Gaffner with the Bitterbirds. I'm out. Peace. And my phone froze. All right.